भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितै यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्नेनय सुपताराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युजोऽद्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो भो इष्टां ते नम मुक्तिं विदेम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषभ्यो अतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीं धेनुर्वोढान्नड्वान् आसु सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णारतेष्ठाः सभेयो युव अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षत फलवत्यो न भोषदयः पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः स्तोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वो ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणम् अस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेः उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते महि सन्तो ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम नमस्ते गुरुजी
Thank you very much. So Purnamevavasishyate. So Purna Swarupam. And when it is Purnam, however much we take out from her, from him, he remains strong, he remains the same. Like the ocean, like the sky and all that, they are all Purna Swarupas in a way. So we are in the Durga Saptasati learning and Parayanam. So we make a prayer to the great goddess who is Devi. Om Devi Prapannarti Hare Prasida Prasida Mahadaha Jagatokhilesya Prasida Vishveswari Pahi Vishvam Tvamishwari Devi Characharasya Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha Om Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Jatapudam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavignopashantaye Sri Sankararya Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Jayanti Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. If we put a question, who is Durga? You have the answer. Important features in the personality of Durga Parameswari, who is but Parvati, the Mula Virat, but she will be taking forms only when the necessity arises, but she is only giving out bhava to people, but basically she is called Shiva Shakti Ekaswarupini, in a sense that what Shiva does, what Shakti does, both are doing the same thing. They form unified unit. So here we got Shiva Jayanti, Mangala, Kali, Bhadrakali, Kapalini, Durga, Kshama, Shiva, Dhatri, Swaha, Swadha. So she is not at all different, and she is connected with any and everything in the universe. So we have completed in fifth chapter in the Madhyama Charitam, and we are in the sixth chapter where there was the dialogue between the representative of the Sumbari Rakshasas. But actually, when the Sumbari Rakshasas came to know that she is very beautiful, and so they wanted to marry her. This is a passion. You see, if a beautiful object is seen, how will be the manobhavana of people is also important. In Durga Saptasati first Charitam, when the Durga Parameswari was staying in the eyes of Narayana, and when gods requested her to come out, Yoganidra Devi, she came out. And when she came out, not only she came out, she gave all energy and all power to Narayana, and she made him to fight with the Madhukaitava Rakshasas and finish them ultimately. So all that is referent to Durga Parameswari in her Mahakali Tamasic Swarupam. And in second chapter, second Madhyama Charit, we have seen in that Amavaru, though very beautiful, standing on the peak of the mountain, but Mahishasura, for whose sake she has to take a warrior shape and form and then power and take the cooperation of all the Shakti Devatas, because he wanted to kill her. He wanted to win, defeat her, and occupy that higher supreme position also for himself. So that was a kind of anxious greed. And he was not at all worried about the beauty of the lady or any other factors of the woman as she appeared, but he was only interested in seeing that Durgamma as the mighty power controlling the air, many more things. So he wanted her to be killed. So that's exactly people think. They see, especially those who are in want of power, they will not consider any other thing. They want to only kill and occupy the positions. So in our history, we have so many examples when whether if they want power, they will either imprison the powerful fellows or they will kill them finished. In case of in Bhagavatam, Kamsa, his parents, father Ugrasena was ruling the land. So Kamsa was a wicked son. So what he did was he jailed both his parents, and he sat on the throne and did all kinds of things that he wanted. And therefore it was the job of Krishna to finish him. So this is one way of coveting the power for one's own self. So ultimate one is to kill. Even in Ramayana, Sugriva so planned, approached Rama and Arjuna Rama to finish his brother Vali, and that you can get the kingship. So anyway, we see everywhere that kind of attitude and practical doing by the people. And another point is that even Vibhishana, he tried to shape and change his eldest brother Ravana, but he remained stubborn. And therefore, when he was stubborn, what can he do? So he has to walk out. That's the best thing, that big people, great people, worldly people will walk out. So that walking out itself is a sign that they don't like it. So Vibhishana walked out of the court of Ravanasura and approached Rama, and you know the story in Ramayana. So in third chapter, Madhyama Charitam, when this Summa Nisambhas were reported, Kama, Krodha, Lobha. And again, the inside, the desire is very powerful. Kamat krodho vijayate. Krodhat bhavati nasaha. Because the anger will lead you to war. The anger will lead you to fight. And no matter whether you die or you kill the enemy, but both of them will think that they will be killing the other one. But Yuddha Vijayam is always Chanchalam. Chanchalahi Jayaha Yuddhe. That's what is the Mahabharata or Ramayana. Everywhere the Chanchalatvam is there. Nobody can be really sure, because in that particular war, Samaram, it is called as Samaram, Samanam Maranam. And whenever we go for Yuddham or Samaram, there is no love in that, just hatred and anger and expending the energy, balam, and see that either they die or we die. In the sense that, Yasova Mrutyurva, if you win the battle, you will get Kirti. If you lose the battle, get killed, then it's a Mrutyu. Therefore, ಈ ಸುಂಬ ನಿಸಂಬ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪೊಲೈಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ದೇವಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ವಿನ್ ದಿ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ವುಮನ್, ಆಸ್ ಮೈ mathematics professor was telling, you have to be very, very judicious, considerate, sympathetic, lovable, etc., so that they become really pleased with your behavior and all that. They may say yes. That's why the women are called also as Vanita. There are many Paryaya Sabdas for the Stree, but Vanita is an exclusive name where it is meant that you have to win the heart of the woman if you want to have her cooperation or any benefit from her. But in case of here, Sumbani Sumbhas, they loved her, but they wanted to give their CV and wanted her to agree. But she put a condition which she says she cannot violate. So the condition was that whoever wins her in war, he will be her husband. So imagine, winning her in war is not easy. Win a woman in the war is very not easy. That's why, see, a woman can be a stree, a nari, but if she's angry, she can turn to be a mari. Therefore, the woman is a very delicate, very difficult, very dangerous situation. But that's why he sent that first of all, his Senadipati, saying that, who is that called as Dhumralochana. He is a very powerful Rakshasa, Mahasura. He is the commander-in-chief of his armies. Actually, the great Mahasuras and Maharajas will have many commanders-in-chief of the army, because army is also divided and each division will have a master or a ruler or a monitor or all that. So Dhumnalochana had a large band of army by himself, and they were all subservient to the Sumbha Rakshasas. So he asked Dhumralochana to go and fight or bring her. Supposing she does not budge to the country's request, then he can catch her by hair and draw to the yard of the Sumbas. Or in between, if any other fellow but to come and defend and comes to protect and save that Devi, that fellow, whether he be Yaksha or Kinnara or Rakshasa or whatever he will be, he must be finished. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಅಡ್ಡ ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ, ಪವರ್ಗೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್, even the pictures, I mean movies, they always try to show that ಯಾರು ಕಂಟಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಕಂಟಕವಾಗಿರೋರನ್ನ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮುಳ್ಳುನ ಭಿಜ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ, ಆ ಮುಳ್ಳನ್ನು ಮುಳ್ಳಿಂದನೇ ತೆಗೆಯಬೇಕು. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ You observe that Dhumralochana went there, and he also, in a very polite manner, requested her, Amma, my kings are my boss. Sumbas are really great. They have this much CV, biodata. Nobody is against them. All are subservient, including gods and all nature. So I wish you please be a Rani, wife to one of them, and then that will be solving the problem. You will be getting all benefits. Then she told the same condition to that Ishwar, that fellow, what to take. ನಾನೇನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನು if anybody wins me in war, supposing you want to lead me by force, then what I can do? Look at it. See, Daitveswarena prahitaha balavan, balavansha balasamritaha, and 11th sloka, 5th, 6th chapter, you observe the cause for the beginning of the war. बलान्नयसि माम् एवं ततः किं ते ಕರೋಮಿ ಅಹಂ. ಅಯ್ಯ ನೀನು ಬಲವಂತವಾಗಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೀ, ಪುಲ್ ಮೀ ಬೈ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಡೂ? ವಾಟ್ ಕೆನ್ ಐ ಡೂ ಟು ಯು? ಸಿ, ತೇ ಕಿಂ ಕರೋಮಿ ಅಹಂ. ಇದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ರಿಟಾಲಿಯೇಷನು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಾಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಪೊಯಟ್ರಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್ ತೇ ಕಿಂ ಕರೋಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ಐ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. So, te kim karomi, you need not tell me how I should deal you, but I know how I should deal. Then what happened when the Asura tried to overpower her, came running towards her, then she simply uttered the hunkara. Hunkarena eva tam bhasmasa chakara sambika. 13th sloka. So Bhasmasa Chakara, he was turned into ashes. That is what. See, Hunkara is a Bijaksharam, is a Mahavyahruti, and Hum Mandre is a very powerful push out, ejection. And in the Gayatri Hridaya Stotra, there is one epithet to her. ಹುಂಕಾರೇಣ ಹುಂಕಾರಧ್ವನಿನ ತ್ವಂ ಹಿ ದುಷ್ಟರಾಕ್ಷಸಬಂಧಿನಿ ತ್ವಾಮಹಂ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಯಿಷ್ಯಾಮಿ ರಾಜವಸ್ಯಂಚ ದೇಹಿ ಮೇ. ಸಿ ಹುಂಕಾರಧ್ವನಿನ ತ್ವಂ ಹಿ ದುಷ್ಟರಾಕ್ಷಸ ನಾಶನಿ ಆರ್ ಬಂಧಿನಿ. ಅಮ್ಮ, ನೀನೇನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಅಂತ ಕೋಪದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಓ ಹುಂಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಡುಮಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಪುಷ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ಹುಮ್. ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್, ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇ ಹುಮ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಹಮ್ಮಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವಿಧವಾದ ಪರ್ಪಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ you are using that particular Vyahruti is important. And Hunkara is a Dhwani. Hunkara Dhwanina Tvam Hi. So Hunkara is the sound produced by your mouth. Hunkara is the sound. And when ಬಾಯಿಂದ ಹುಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಊಟ. In fact, NASA people have recorded the sound when Surya Bhagavan is going with such a speed in the sky. Easterly Huttira Mahanubhava, by 6 o'clock or other, he must be found ready to get out in this west. So, alli ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ We don't know the distance from east to west. ನಾವೇನೋ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆಂಜನೇಯ ಏನೋ ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ಏರ್ ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟು, ಹನುಮಾನ್, he will take it and go. But what about actual difficulty in reaching the distances? Therefore, he will be traveling. Surya Bhagavan will be traveling 128 miles per hour per 30 seconds. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬೈ ಸನ್, produced by sun in when is on motion. And then you observe, they have recorded it. They have recorded that it is hum om, hum om. This is the sound recorded. And in fact, one of our students some time back, after the class, they came home and went on talking, because I talked about the Surya Bhagavan, Saura Suktam or something like that. So one of the research students and engineer, she said, sir, Google ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದಾಸ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹುಂಕಾರ ಓಂಕಾರ ದಿಂದ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಂಕಾರ is positive, ಹುಂಕಾರ is negative. So negative in a sense that it will give homkara, and humkara is making people to get out or push themselves up. ನೀವು ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಭಾರ ಎತ್ತಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಹುಮ್ ಅಂತ ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ವೆಯ್ಟನ್ನು ಅಪ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಹುಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಹುಂಕಾರ. ಸೊ ಹುಂಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದಾಳ ತಾಯಿ, ಹುಂಕಾರೇಣ ಏವ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ, ಭಸ್ಮ ಸಾ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ ತದಾ ಚಕಾರ. So Bhasmantam. So she did not use any weapon, or she was not at all retaliating any of the, but he was just only running towards her. ಅವನು ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು kind of from in this chapter and further little, you are finding a wonderful entertainment, because I told you that war and sacrifice, yagna and yuddha, these are the most important features of entertainment. Cricket matchu, football matchu, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ international or even finals, you observe how many thousands of people watch, because it is entertainment. Ball ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೊಡಿತಾನೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತಾನೆ, ನೋ ಡೌಟ್, ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಬಾಲ್ ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವನು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಏನೇನು ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಅವೇ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಹೋಗೋಯ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ದಿ 11 people this side, that side will have unfortunate time. Therefore, winners and runners ಆಗೋ ತನಕ we don't get out. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಹುಂಕಾರೇಣೇವ ತಂ ಭಸ್ಮ ಸಾ ಚಕಾರ ಸಾ ತದಾ ಅಂಬಿಕಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವನು ಸತ್ತೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋ ಮಹಾ ಸೈನ್ಯ ಇದೆ, ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಸೈನ್ಯ, ಅವರೇನು ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದಿ ಧೂಮ್ರಲೋಚನ. And therefore, they all pounced on her. सायकैः तैष्णैः तथा शक्ति paraswadhaiः vavarsh. All of them attacked her, and then she also tried to silence all of them. And also Kruddam Mahasainyam Asuranam Tathambika Vavarsha Sayakaihi Tishnaihi Tatha Shakti Paraswadhaihi Tato Dhutasataha Kopat Krutvanadam Subhairavam. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ರಾಕ್ಷಸರು, ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ. ಧೂತಸಟಃ Sataha andre hair. Dhuta means trying to check it out. So Dhuta Sataha. So when people are there, they have got rich hair, they try to shake their hair. Dhuta Sataha. Ambika. And Yar Sudhut Sataha, referring to the lion. You know, lion is one that when it is angry, when it want to pound, it will just revolve, something like very much shake its hair and neck and then pounce once and all. That's why now onwards you observe the swabhava of the lion, especially in anger and in attack. So here you observe that ನಾನು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರನ್ ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಟು ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಹೌ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಚ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಎ ಪುರಾಣ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಲಂಕಾರಿಕಾಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪುರಾಣಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾವ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಮುನಿ ಪ್ರಣೀತಾನಿ ಪುರಾಣಾನಿ ನ ಕಾವ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಉದಾಹರಣಾನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮುನಿ ಪ್ರಣೀತ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಬೇರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆದರೂ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಕು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ರಿಡನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ ಸಿಂಹ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಾದಂ ಸುಭೈರವಂ ಕೋಪಾತ್ ಕೃತ್ವಾ ಪಪಾತ ಅಸುರಸೈನಾಯಾಂ ಸಿಂಹೋ ದೇವ್ಯಾ ಸ್ವವಾಹನ. ಸೊ ಆ ಹಿಮವಂತನು ತಂದೆ ದುರ್ಗಮ್ಮಕ್ಕೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಬೇಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ತಾಯಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು, ಅದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಸಚ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಾರ್ನರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ದಟ್ ಲಯನ್, ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಲಯನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ವಾರ್. ಬಟ್ ಲಯನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಮ್ಮಾಸ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಪಪಾತ ಧೂತ ಸಟಹ ಕೋಪಾತು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸುಭೈರವಂ ನಾದಂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ ಯು ನೋ ಲಯನ್ ರೋರ್ಸ್. The roar of a lion is a fear for the elephants. And because elephants are highly scared because of lion. And lions only will pounce on the temple of the elephant, and they want to take the flesh fresh from the temple, kumbhasthala of the elephants. So anyway, that's why Dhuta Sataha Papata Surasainyayam Simho Devyaha. And again, Kamschit Karapraharena Daityan Asyena Chaparan Akrantya Cha Adharena Nena Jaghana Samahasuran. Even the lion, how it was able to attack the army of the Rakshasas, that way out also is being marked by our Markandeya Maharshi in a very beautiful manner, saying that having done, she pounced on them, and she killed, the lion killed by virtue, by hitting them with her legs. So Karaprahara. And also Asya andre by mouth it has killed some other set of Rakshasas, and some others also she just pervaded all of them, and with its adhara lips she just killed. So this is how she went on, the lion went on doing war with the Rakshasas and giving almost a kind of relaxation to Tayi. And again, in the next sloka, Sivalingavare ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಕಾಂಶ್ಚಿತ್ ಕರಪ್ರಹಾರೇಣ.
ಕಾಂಶ್ಚಿತ್ करप्रहारेण कांश्चित् करप्रहारेण
दैत्यानास्येन चापरान्
दैत्यानास्येन चापरान् दैत्यानास्येन चापरान्
आक्रान्त्या च अधरेण अन्यान्
आक्रान्त्य चादरेणान्यान् आक्रान्त्य चादरेणान्यान्
जघान समहासुरान्
जगान समहासुरान् जगान समहासुरान्
केषाञ्चित् पाटयामास
केषाञ्चित् पाटयामास केषाञ्चित् पाटयामास
नखैः कोष्ठानि केसरी
नकैः कोष्ठानि केसरी नकैः कोष्ठानि केसरी
तथा तलप्रहारेण
तथा तलप्रहारेण तथा तलप्रहारेण
शिरांसि कृतवान् पृथक्
शिरांसि कृतवान् पृथक् शिरांसि कृतवान् पृथक्
विच्छिन्नबाहुशिरसः
विच्छिन्नबाहुशिरसः विच्छिन्नबाहुशिरसः
कृताः तेन तथा परे
कृतास्तेन तथा परे कृतास्तेन तथा परे
पपौ च रुधिरं कोष्ठात्
पपौ च रुधिरं कोष्ठात् पपौ च रुधिरं कोष्ठात्
अन्येषां धुतकेसरिः केसरः
अन्येषां धृतकेशरः अन्येषां धृतकेशरः
क्षणेन तद्बलं सर्वम्
क्षणेन तद्बलं सर्वं क्षणेन तद्बलं सर्वं
क्षयं नीतं महात्मना
क्षयं नीतं महात्मना क्षयं नीतं महात्मना
तेन केसरिणा देव्याः
तेन केसरिणा देव्या तेन केसरिणा देव्या
वाहनेनातिकोपना कोपिना
वाहनेनातिकोपिना वाहनेनातिकोपिना
So you are getting the technology, the way how, the manner, how the lion finished the that Rakshasa's army and Dhumralochana's army in how much manner, and actually otherwise she is also the lion also is a scavenger like clear the whole war ground. So now you observe 15 to 19, you are seeing how the work done by the lion. ಲಯನ್ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಿಂಹಬಲಃ ಸಿಂಹವಿಕ್ರಮಃ ಸಿಂಹೇಂದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯಮಃ ಸಿನೋ ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲಯನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಿ ಬಲಂ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಸಿಂಹಬಲಃ ರಾಜ ಆಸೀತ್ ಅಂತಾರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಂಹೇಂದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯಮ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದೇ ದಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ವೈಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಿಂಹೇಂದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯಮ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಹ ಸಿಂಹ ಸಟ, ಸಟ ಅಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಈ ತರಹ ಸಿಂಹದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ very significant and powerful. Therefore, so long the simha is not disturbed, people are safe. Once the simham becomes the violent, nobody can fight with the lion. So that's why here you have got a small description, a glimpse of the description of the war performed by the lion in the war field. And the other point is, where is the strength for the lion? Again, Ammavaru. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu atmarupena samsthita anta. ಅಮ್ಮನೇ ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್. But she will be varying in every individual depending upon the Atma, Samskara, Atma Punya, Atma Bala, and Atma and all that. Therefore, people are styles. People are fashioned depending upon their Anyajanmopata Punya Phalam, Punya Karma, or Anyajanmopata Papa Karma Phalam. That's what Bhattabana also says that. So even in Anugita or in Bhagavad Gita or in Ashtavakra Gita, Yava Gita, Yava Vedantic book tagondru, they always tell that we are not just now made, but we carry lot of past in us. So past prakara ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಷ್ಟಾವಕ್ರ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಅಷ್ಟಾವಕ್ರ ಗೀತಾ 920th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ posed by Janaka Maharaja, he says, Ayya, you have got to do these things. ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಮೋಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇನ್ 20th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ದೇ ನೋ solutions. So even Markandeya Maharshi also is giving a way out, the way how the lion fought in the war when so many Daitya Sainya is there and Rakshasas are there. So the method is, one is Papata, pouncing, and again Karaprahara, hitting people with its hands, and also use the mouth, asyena. Then second one is adharena, with her lower lip, and so these are the one of thing. And again it just attacked some more set of Rakshasas with her ugurugal or nails, and the lion simply tore them apart. So with his nakhas, tore them apart and made groups of them die, all that. Then again it hit on the head of all the Rakshasas, some set of Rakshasas, and they separated all the heads from their body. That is head body ಎರಡು separate ಮಾಡಿದಾಳೆ. Then again it has it separated the shoulders of the Rakshasas, the heads of the Rakshasas, and when all people are thus killed and dying and suffering, then ultimately the lion, Rudhiram Kostadanyesham Papao, it went on drinking the blood of the Rakshasas, and thereby you see that the entire enemy army is being erased, and and all this has been done by the lion Kesarina Tena, sloka number 19, and Devyaha Vahanena. But how was the Vahanam of Devi? Atikopana. So to say that even the lion understood who are the enemies to her lord. ಸೊ ಬಾಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಶತ್ರುಗಳು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗುಣ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಅವರೇ, can you give an example that animals too understand the meaning, the intentions of the master? Before you think, I think like this. ಏನವರು ಗೋವಿಂದರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, see, the bulls know the house of the master. In the night, if the master is driving the bull cart, and he may fall asleep, but the bulls will simply take the master and go to their house and simply stand there waiting that they get out. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಈವನ್ ದಿ ಹಾರ್ಸ್, ಈವನ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಪವರು ಈಗೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರೈಸೇಷನು, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಪ್. The Texela is the latest car design, and which will drive itself if you just ask her to drive, and it will park when you want to park. When you say that you want to have the car to park, it only finds out the parking lot and then space to park and safely does it. And if you are standing just outside the building, if you want the car to come to you, you just press a button, instruct it, it will come to you to the yard. So ಈ ತರಹ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. But this technology is not at all unknown to our people. The animals were so given training. For example, police dogs are there. The police dogs know many things. They are given training. A lot of good training is given. So this is what I want to derive from the idea that the lion in the war did a great job with higher power of anger and using its all kinds of skills, mouth, fingers, hands, legs, the nails, and then the teeth, and like that, any and everything that possible for the man, they were able to do it. In fact, even you see in Ramayana, Jatayu and Ravanasura fight. So Jatayu was so great in fight in the air when Ravana was taking away Sita Devi. He broke the chariot of the Ravana, the horses, everything. So it was a wonderful fight that the king bird Jatayu did to prevent. And ultimately the fellow had a wrong way, and you know the story. So this way we understand that in 6th chapter, the lion was active in order to help his lord with high anger and all that. So when the entire Asura Sainyam was being finished, and when the Sainadhipati was killed, it is like Ramayana war or in Mahabharata war. So in Mahabharata war, Duryodhana was never upset when so many types of heroes are being killed in the war. Even Ravana was not upset and stopped the war, or in spite of Indrajittu, all people dying or in the war. So this is how the spirit of the war and the greed in the war, that they should be the last persons to win the war. So ಆ ವಾರ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟನ್ನು, ಆ ವಾರ್ಫೇರನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ as a glimpse of that is being given by Markandeya Maharshi, so that this kind of technology that has been marked here will be an intelligent clue for the advanced scientists to develop for practical purposes. And another example I can give you is, all surgical instruments, our Ayurveda doctor was telling, all surgical instruments have been designed basically looking at the shape and style of the beaks of the various birds. Because the birds' beaks are varied and they are very sharp, pecking, and also interference and innovative, everything is there. Other birds. Similarly, the cycle has been designed by the designer and inventor, I can say, observing very well the walking style, one leg down, one leg up. Similarly, for a cycle, one pedal down, one pedal up. ಸೊ ಈ ತರಹ ನಾವು ಡಿರವೇಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ನ್ಯೂ, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್. ಧಿಯೋ ಯೋನ ಪ್ರಚೋದಯಾತ್. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಒಂಥರಹ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ದ್ವಾರ ಅನುಕೂಲಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್. Imagine Bangalore in 1950, 1960, 1970, and so on. But now Bangalore, you can't imagine. ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಒಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. So, because you are, unless you are really active, energetic, alert, and all that, you are not able to manage your life in the place and move distances too. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಿಂಹ ಆ ತಾಯಿಯ ವಾಹನ temporarily got out of from the that, and it did havoc upon the Asura Sainyam. So ಹೇಳ ಪ್ರಭು ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಇವರೇ ಶ್ರುತ್ವಾ ತಮಸರಂ ದೇವ್ಯಾ
श्रुत्वा तमसुरं देव्या श्रुत्वा तमसुरं देव्या
ನಿಹತಂ ಧೂಮ್ರಲೋಚನಂ
निहतं धूम्रलोचनं निहतं धूम्रलोचनं
ಬಲಂ ಚ ಕ್ಷಯಿತಂ ಕೃತ್ಸ್ನಂ
बलं च क्षयितं स्पृत्नं बलं च क्षयितं कृत्स्नं
ದೇವಿ ಕೇಸರಿಣಾ ತತಃ
देवी केसरिणा ततः देवी केसरिणा ततः
ಚುಕೋಪ ದೈತ್ಯಾಧಿಪತಿಃ ಶುಂಭಃ
चुकोपदैत्याधिपति शुम्भः चुकोपदैत्याधिपति शुम्भः
प्रस्फुरिताधरः
प्रस्फुरिताधरः प्रस्फुरिताधरः
आज्ञापयामास च तौ चण्डमुण्डौ महासुरौ
आज्ञापयामास च तौ चण्डमुण्डो महासुरौ आज्ञापयामास च तौ चण्डमुण्डो महासुरौ
हे चण्ड हे मुण्ड
हे चण्ड हे मुण्ड हे चण्ड हे मुण्ड
बलैर्बहुभिः परिवारितौ
बलैर्बहुभिः परिवारितौ बलैर्बहुभिः परिवारितौ
तत्र गच्छत गत्वा च
तत्र गच्छत गत्वा च तत्र गच्छत गत्वा च
सा समानीयतां लघु
सा समानीयतां लघु सा समानीयतां लघु
केशेष्टाकृष्य बद्ध्वा वा
केशेष्ट्वाकृष्य बद्ध्वा वा केशेष्वाकृष्य बद्ध्वा वा
यदि वः संशयो युधि
यदि वः संशयो युधि यदि वः संशयो युधि
तदा शेषायुध्यः
तदा शेषायुध्यः तदा शेषायुध्यः
सर्वैः असुरैः
सर्वैरसुरैः सर्वैरसुरैः
विनिहन्येताम्
विनिहन्येताम् विनिहन्येताम्
तस्यां हतायां दुष्टायां
तस्याम् अतायाम् दुष्ट्यायाम् तस्याम् अतायाम् दुष्टायाम्
सिंहे च विनिपातिते
सिंहे च विनिपातिते सिंहे च विनिपातिते
शीघ्रमागम्यतां बद्ध्वा
शीघ्रमागम्यताम् बद्ध्वा शीघ्रमागम्यताम् बद्ध्वा
गृहीत्वा तामथाम्बिकाम्
गृहीत्वाम् तामथाम्बिकाम् गृहीत्वा तामथाम्बिकाम्
ॐ इति श्रीमार्कण्डेयपुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे
इति श्रीमार्कण्डेयपुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे इति श्रीमार्कण्डेयपुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे
देवी महात्म्ये
देवी महात्म्यैः देवी महात्म्यैः
शुम्भनिशुम्भसेनानी
शुम्भ निशुम्भ सेनानी शुम्भ निशुम्भ सेनानी
धूम्रलोचनवधो नाम
धूम्रलोचनवधो नाम धूम्रलोचनवधो नाम
षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
षष्ठोऽध्यायः षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
ॐ श्रीदुर्गा परमेश्वरी प्रसादसिद्धिरस्तु।
ओम श्री दुर्गा परमेश्वरी प्रसाद सिद्धिरस्तु।
Beautiful. So, there are only 24 slokas in sixth chapter where Dhumralochana Vadha is the main subject matter. Dhumralochana was a Senadhipati, and when Dhumralochana and the entire army of the Dhumralochana were killed in the battleground, and then that news was delivered to Sumbha. Immediately, the Sumbha Rakshasas called Chandamundas, Srutva Tamasaram Devyaha Nihatam Dhumralochanam Balam Chakshayitam Krusnam Devi Kesarina Tadaha. So, Kesarina Saha Devi Durga finished that Dhumralochana and also the entire Balam, Sena Balam of that Dhumralochana. So now the war ground is but bloodshed and nobody is there. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಾರ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿ something like Duryodhana, who becomes doubly angry as and how he gets the news that one by one brothers were killed in the battle. 99 brothers, poor fellow. And he was not minding, but he was just getting news because all the 99 brothers were killed by Bhima alone in the war. So there are 11 Akshohinis, Sainya on the side of the Dharma, on the side of the Duryodhana, and only 7 Akshohini Sainyam on the side of Pandavas, as you know, Pandavanikam and also Kauravanikam. Adರಲ್ಲಿ, as Trivikrama Bhatta puts it in his description about Mahabharata war, he says that the Bhima finished 7 Akshohini Sainyam. No, 6 Akshohini Sainyam of Duryodhana finished. So there was only the 6 Akshohinis, 11, 7, I mean 6 plus 5, only 5 Akshohini Sainyam left for the lot of Arjuna. So anyway, both of them and all of other them also fought and saw that the entire Ranakatha is coming to end. So whenever we are reading this particular description of the war in Durga Saptasati, you are to draw parallel from Ramayana Mahabharata Yuddhas. So Ramayana Yuddha hengittu, Mahabharata Yuddha hengittu, how was it? And the prashna hakidare, they say, Ramarasi, Ramaravanayor Yuddham, Ramaravanayor. There is no comparison for the war of Rama and Ravana. Comparison free, and it was unique by itself. How unique it was? Gaganam Gaganakaram Sagara Sagaropamaha Ramaravanayor Yuddham Ramaravanayor ಅಂತ ಅನನ್ವಯ ಅಲಂಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಲಂಕಾರಿಗಳು ಕೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅನನ್ವಯ ಅಲಂಕಾರ ಅಂದರೆ there is no, you cannot have any comparison at all. It is itself is complete unit. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಕಾಶ ಇದೆ ಆಕಾಶದಂತೆಯೇ ಇದೆ. ಸಮುದ್ರ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಗಗನಾರಂ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ರಾಮ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ರಾಮರಾವಣ ಯುದ್ಧ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಮರಾವಣ ಯುದ್ಧ ಹಾಗೆ ಆ ಯುದ್ಧವನ್ನು. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯುದ್ಧ ವರ್ಣನ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ lakshanas required for any kavya. So how was the war? Here the war is that then he became doubly angry, that Subhanisambhas. Then they demanded Chanda Munda Asuras, hey Chanda, hey Munda, ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ common addressal. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ, you go and fight with the lady, and she permits that even if supposing the yuddha is not going to be complete, or you have got doubt that you cannot win her, the alternative is hold her by hair and samsayo. See sloka number 23. He says samsayo yadhi yudhi. In case you have got a doubt that whether you lose or she loses, or the war cannot be completed, in the middle of the war, you just pounce on that lady Durga and catch her by hair and tie her by hair, and even when all other people are fighting, continuing the war, then you try to pull her separately and hold her and kill her, or make her fall down unconscious and drag her quickly to my yard. So badhva gruhitva ambikam tam sighram agamyatam. So he doesn't want to wait until the war is complete. But at the middle of the war itself, supposing who will win when that point is not decisive, at that non-decisive point, the Chandamundasaras must pounce, reach somehow Durgamma and catch her and draw her out, as the other asuras are continuing their fight with them. So like that, and I think I can stop here. We'll continue next the same, and then go to the next chapter. So Yuddha Varnana, the warfare technology, and especially a lady fighting with a band of Rakshasas who are Mahasuras. So this is a very interesting, entertaining, descriptive situation we are on in Durga Saptasati, and that's why when we make Chandi Homa, maybe Jata Chandi or Sahasra Chandi, whatever it is, but all that Chandi Homadali Pratibandhu sloka will be a mantra. Om Swasti.
आय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः कृष्णाय यादवेन्द्राय ज्ञानमुद्राय योगिने नाथाय रुक्मिणीशाय नमो वेदान्तवेदिने कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं तं सचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ओम शांति 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 आपादमौलि पर्यन्तं गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति च मनोरथाः यदक्षरं पदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवा नारायणो नमोऽस्तुते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम आभिर्गिर्भिर्यदतो न ऊनमाप्यायय हरि वो वर्धमानः यथा श्रोतृभ्यो मयि गोत्रारुजासि भोरिष्ठभाजो अदतेषाम ब्रह्म प्रावादि स्म तन्नो महासीत् ओम शांति 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 ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। श्रीवासुदेवार्पणमस्तु। श्रीवेदपुरुषाशीर्वादोऽस्तु। ॐ श्रीमातुशर्मारविन्दार्पणमस्तु। ॐ तत्सत्। हरि ओम। नमस्ते गुरुजी।
ಏನು